On this episode of Genius Wired, we take you behind the scenes of Grassfield High School. We travel with the yearbook staff to Richmond to receive awards and learn new skills, and welcome other bands as they compete in the Marching Classic at our school. You'll also get to take a look at a classic Grassfield tradition and see the pink out game like you never have before. All this and more on this episode of Genius Wired.
Hey Grizzlies, welcome to the first episode of the third season of Genius Wired. I'm Kelly Hoder.
And I'm Joy Hurl, and we're coming to you from the Genius Production Studio in Chesapeake, Virginia,
giving you an in-depth look into events happening in our community of excellence.
Recently, the Marching Grizzlies held their annual Marching Band Classic. Reporter Lauren Moss takes you along for the fun and competition.
The third annual Grassfield Marching Classic took place on Saturday, October 4th at the Carolyn F. Bernard Stadium. A crowd of around 4,000 people and a total of 9 bands performing all from the Hampton Roads region. Performing high schools included Princess Anne High School and Hickory High School. Maury High School's comrades tell about their performance at the Classic.
I think this is probably the best performance that we have had. We got a lot of compliments, and I felt like the band is now, finally united.
At the Classic entrance, you could purchase airgrams for your team for support.
Good luck. We love you. Love Mom and Dad.
Ocean Lakes High School Marching Dolphins Color Guard took about their show performance called Windows to the World.
Our show is about the international cultures that come together, unite together as one, and that's what our show represents.
Grassfield Marching Grizzlies performed right before the awards and exhibition with their visually eye-catching performance called Totem. As well as hosting this competition for other bands, Grassfield has received a Superior in the Virginia Band and Directors Association assessment, the assessment's highest recognition. Awards are given to the bands for all the hard work and great performances at the Classic. Awards like first, second, and third place bands in each class. The overall grand champion of the night was Hickory High School. I'm Lauren Moss reporting for Genius Wired.
Hey Kelly, did you dress up for Halloween this year?
Nah, I'm too old for that.
Well, normally that would be true, but this year, students had the opportunity to get into the Halloween spirit before the Indian River football game.
The junior parking lot, usually used for underclass parking and gym activities, was used on Halloween for a fun and sweet experience. Trunk or Treat is an event where the Grassfield community and clubs come together to bring sweets and games to the students, families, and staff of Grassfield High School. One of the clubs that was out there was the TSA.
I am part of TSA, Technology Student Association. We are to bring technology to people and allow people to have fun with technology and experience it to its full extent. My favorite experience is building robotics and allowing people to have fun with it. A smile on people's face is worth the hassle and all the trouble.
While some booths were just there for fun, some used their space to educate participants in an interesting way. The Interact Club set up a pair of beer goggles at their booth that simulates what it's like to be drunk. They set up a line for participants to walk across, then they threw balls that you had to try and catch. The student council who organized the event felt very good about how it was going.
We're with the student council and we are playing a game where it's a witch's ring toss and then kids can get candy after that. We just love seeing the little kids dressed up and coming out here and having fun at the high school level.
The students, who are now too old to trick or treat, had a lot of fun at the event as well.
My favorite experience thus far is the RV cars that are set up over there, and it's just really cool because then you get to play around with them and they give you candy afterwards. If I could change anything, it'd be the cars. I want them a little bit closer so you don't have to walk that far of a distance.
For G News Wired, I'm Kieran Conway with photographer Aaron Thane.
We'll be right back after this short commercial break.
Today in class, we are going to learn about international product opportunities. We're going to talk about the definition of a product.
Have you guys seen the new Grizzly gear?
Yeah!
Have you?
Like the
Welcome back, Grizzlies. Don't forget that you can get your Grizzly gear from the school store every Tuesday and Thursday morning.
Several student groups were recognized at the Virginia High School League Regional Media Championship. Star Harris traveled to Richmond, Virginia to bring you this report.
Teenagers waking up at 5 a.m. may seem unusual to some, but that's exactly what 12 members of the Paw Print staff, creators of Grassfield's award-winning yearbook, did on October 10, 2014.
The VHSL Regional Media Championship was held at the Greater Richmond Convention Center. Students learned different skills, including photography, graphic designing, and interviewing.
And carried all the, This conference is for the area media staff, so all the high schools. And then in addition, it provides opportunities for the new members of staff and even experienced staff members to learn something before the school year starts.
While there, the students put time in several training sessions.
I learned a lot of stuff about graphic design, like just certain elements that help the whole page look really clean. I learned a lot of interviewing tricks too, just about talking to people and getting the answers that you want.
During their training sessions, the students were able to show off their work and get some new ideas for their upcoming yearbook from other yearbook advisors and staff members from all over the country.
It's a great place to come so that the students get some feedback. They get to go to various trainings, learn some new photography, writing, design skills, and then get feedback on their last year's publication.
After completing their training sessions, the students made their way to the banquet room where their lunch and award ceremony was held.
He is co-author of 2 journalism textbooks. Please welcome Logan Imany.
While enjoying their lunch, the students learned some insightful information about journalism, improving their yearbook, and sales through social media from the guest speaker, Logan Imany, a master journalism educator from the Journalism Education Association.
Journalism is forever. You never know where scholastic journalism will take you.
Following the keynote speaker, the award ceremony took place. For the 5th year in a row, the yearbook staff went home with first place in the yearbook category.
It's important for students and staff and faculty to recognize how difficult student journalists really work, and our students work really hard at Grassfield.
Sarah Harris reporting for G News.
The Bear Scratch Literary Magazine staff was also honored at this event. Their 2014 publication brought home a trophy class ranking, VHSL's highest honor.
Our boys and girls volleyball teams are wrapping up postseason play, but earlier this year, they got to use their sport for something more than just competition.
Here's Mary Claire Truxillo reporting.
Pink Out was an event hosted by Grassfield High School's volleyball and wrestling teams. The event was an opportunity to raise money for breast cancer awareness and show school spirit.
Thank you everybody for wearing their pink today and trying to make it out tonight. Go Grizzlies!
Students packed the stands in pink to cheer on the boys and girls varsity and JV volleyball teams as they competed against Oscar Smith.
I like to be a part of Pink Out because I just love to play volleyball, but I like to give back to the cause and support breast cancer awareness.
With raffles, games, and food, there was something for everybody. Support also came from community members.
We in the fire service have a lot of folks who have developed cancer over the years, and also in the police department and the sheriff's department. So we've painted these trucks and vehicles to show our support to our members of our department.
While both varsity teams came away with victories, the biggest one of the night was in their efforts to help others.
Pink Out is important to me because it really shows awareness for people that are struggling with breast cancer, and it helps support people that we love.
The love was shared this year in honor of former Chesapeake principal Linda Bird. The event raised over $3,100, and the proceeds were donated to the Susan G. Komen Foundation in Bird's honor. I'm Mary Claire Truxillo, reporting for G News Wired.
Pink Out is really cool!
Grizzlies carried that same energy from the volleyball court to the football field as they prepared for this year's homecoming game.
Here's Brianna Scott with a look at the festivities.
Grizzlies go global for this year's Spirit Week and show their spirit at the annual pep rally and get pumped up to cage the Oscar Smith Tigers.
With help from student class officers and SCA members, the halls of Grassfield are decked out for Homecoming 2014. Students visit Maui, the frozen tundra, the Wild West, and the jungle. Students played games like hula hooping and limbo for extra entertainment during the festive week. Many students participate in Spirit Week and go all out with their costumes, while others just see it as any other week.
Some think they're too cool for it, and some forget, like I forgot actually on Tuesday.
There are also costume contests with unexpected winners. In addition to the games, students entered their name in a raffle sponsored by Dahlia Tri-High Y to be eligible to pie an administrator or teacher in the face during the pep rally.
I participate in Spirit Week because it's fun to see that all of Grassfield comes together under a common cause for homecoming.
To wrap up an exciting week, students come back to the home field for the pep rally.
Since I'm in SCA, I know everything that's going to happen in it, and so all the games are going to be really fun.
But before those games could begin, the stadium had to be decorated for the rally. SCA hung up banners and posters for various clubs like Spanish Club, Key Club, and Anchor Club around the stadium. After everything was set up and a long day of classes, the clock finally signaled it was time for the pep rally to begin.
We may not do pep rallies often, but when we do them right. Coming to the end of our eventful Spirit Week, seniors filed into the stadium through the Grizzly for their last homecoming pep rally. The school took the time to acknowledge the hard work of the fall athletics teams and dance to the beat of the marching Grizzlies. In anticipation of the big game against the nationally ranked Oscar Smith Tigers, the homecoming court nominees were announced. All grade levels got involved as members sent representatives to the field for some interesting games. Along with the fun, the pep rally also had a serious goal: to kick off our fundraising efforts for cystic fibrosis. Students paid $1 for a raffle ticket for a chance to pie a faculty member in the face, and Principal Mike Perez volunteered for the cause. To wrap up the fourth block event, the seniors dominated the Spirit Stick competition yet again. Spirit Week and the pep rally were both great ways to show our school spirit.
Later that night at halftime, the entire student body showed their love and support for senior Megan Curry. Curry, who was diagnosed with a rare blood disorder last spring, remains on homebound instruction while she recovers from a bone marrow transplant. But she was able to join her classmates as the entire community celebrated and honored her for her courage and determination to overcome any obstacle.
Homecoming Queen 2014 at Grassfield High School. Homecoming, Megan Curry.
Well, I'm really honored to be, the homecoming queen, and I'm really blessed that the students thought it'd be enough to, elect me homecoming queen, and it's really a cool feeling. Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in today, Grizzlies. This show was written and produced by Grassfield High School photojournalism students.
Be sure to tune in for our next episode, where we take a look at the talent show and a unique challenge for marketing students. I'm Joy.
And I'm Kelly. See you next time, Grizzlies.